Oh, God, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. So, I covered the story yesterday. Hasan Piker pulled out a gun on stream, brandished it, basically made a threat to some chatter, right? Hasan did not say this is a fake gun, this is a prop gun. And even if he did, it wouldn't matter. The gun was obviously meant to represent a threat. Hasan got up, got the gun, brought it back, and held it up on screen. But now he's coming back and saying, he's saying, it's not a real gun, pussy. Now the soy right is crying about it. Hasan, my criticism of you was, first of all, that you did that and you should have been banned. Whether it's a prop gun or whether it's a real gun, you should have been banned because nobody knew that it was a prop gun. You intentionally brought a gun on stream in order to intimidate somebody, which is against the terms of service. The fact that it's not real makes no difference. It's like somebody arguing, well, I pointed a fake gun at a cop. I mean, they should have known. No, if you draw the gun and point it at a cop, whether it's plastic or real, the cop is not going to know the difference in the moment. And you were banking on that and trying to be a tough guy. The soy right is crying about it. Hasan, I made fun of you because you pulled out what looks to be a Glock 9mm. That is like a concealed carry gun. It is the least intimidating, least threatening gun, and you have a fake one at your house. I love this story so much, I can't even begin to tell you. This story is so good, it has to be fattening. It is insane to me that Hasan thinks that this is a win. That this is somehow an own. Guys, the gun isn't even real. Let's watch this clip, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just get into it.
Pussy. Is waving a gun around on Twitch considered a crime or breaking terms of service? This is not a real gun.
It doesn't matter if it's a real gun. And the reason why it doesn't matter is because you didn't present it as a prop or a fake gun. You didn't demonstrate that. You actually you pulled back the hammer to demonstrate that it was, to see that it was unloaded probably. But you did not present it that it was a fake gun. You were using it to make a threat, which means it doesn't matter that it's a pussy pretend gun. Just like you're a pussy pretend streamer, it doesn't matter. You're a LARPing terrorist revolutionary. Your fake gun matches your fake resolve about all of the causes that you claim that you represent. It doesn't matter. You pulled out what appeared to be a firearm on stream to make a threat against a chatter. You should be banned immediately.
Pussy. And not only that, but also, I like that this is the new meta. People are like, dude, I can't believe you were waving a gun around.
You did. And here's the thing. He's like, I'd like 4D chest you. You didn't know it wasn't a real gun. Like, you understand. This isn't like a 4-dimensional chess move. You pulled out a firearm on stream. Now, whether that was real or not is completely immaterial. It doesn't matter. Because the people watching you didn't know it wasn't real. Now, you are now saying it wasn't real because you're afraid of getting in trouble. Because you're a massive fucking pussy. You're happy to brandish a gun if, you think it makes you look cool or if it increases your quote-unquote credibility. But when you might get in trouble, then, Daddy, I didn't actually do it. Look, it's a fake gun. It's made of soap.
Good luck, dude. Guy comes in here, says, I'm going to assassinate you. I say,
He didn't say he's going to assassinate you. He said that you should be hung for treason. Which, I mean, you are a traitor to the United States. My view is that, Hasan, you should have your citizenship revoked and you should be deported. But hanging you for treason is not an assassination attempt. It's not a call for an assassination. It's a call for you to be tried for the crimes that you've committed against the United States, and then the government to deem that you are a Hasan, you are a Saddam Hussein level threat, and then to hang you. That is what that person was saying. And by the way, he was using rhetoric that was about as drastic as the rhetoric that you use when you said that I think that we should kill sitting Senator Rick Scott. You said that to your audience, and you thought, well, no, it's perfectly fine when I do it. But somebody uses your own rhetoric against you, and you crumble like a piece of paper. You are so pathetic, Hasan, that it honestly hurts to know that you exist. It's crazy to me. You are one of the biggest pussies in the world. You do things. You commit crimes on stream, and then complain when people use even a fraction of the rhetoric that you use, saying that you're a traitor to the United States and that you should be hung for treason. That person didn't say that they were going to come and hang you. They said that you should be processed in a court of law and that you should be found guilty for treason, for the crimes against the United States, because you are a terrorist, Hasan. Now, you LARP as one. You are a pretend revolutionary. But you've never met a terrorist group that you don't like.
good luck, and do this. And now the soy right is fucking crying about it.
You brandished a gun on stream, you fucking freak. You possibly pedophilic, terrorist supporting, degenerate retard.
Okay. Good luck.
Oh, absolutely. Because, Hasan, it wouldn't matter if the gun was real or fake because you did not present it as a fake gun. You presented it as a real gun to make a threat. Any court of law would see that one way. You wouldn't be, well, I use this gun to make a threat because somebody said that I was a traitor to the United States and that you hang traitors. So I walked over and I brandished this gun to make a threat, but the gun was fake, so I'm clear, right? You're starting to sound like Cenk Uygur. Hasan, you're a fucking retard. You're a knuckle-dragging, generations inbred mongoloid retard. You don't know that is not a get-out-of-jail-free card? You think that absolves you of all of the wrongdoing that you did? Hasan.
What am I supposed to do if I'm the endless recipient of death threats?
Not brandish a firearm on stream, which means absolutely nothing. And by the way, that wasn't a death threat. That was him pointing out the fact that you are an anti-American radical, that you are a pro-terrorist freak, that you are somebody that visited a brothel that was raided for trafficking underage girls, that you're a Diddy Party enthusiast. I mean, pointing out the fact that you're a traitor to the United States is par for the course. Now, I wouldn't have personally used the rhetoric that he did because I don't think that you should be hung us on. I think that'd be far too easy for you. I think that you should have to live with the consequences of your bad ideas. I think that you should have your citizenship revoked, and I think you should be deported to South Sudan.
I can't even have a little bit of fun with it?
Yeah. Guys, I can't have a little bit of fun with it. I can't walk over and grab a gun and point it at the screen and pretend like it's a real firearm and like, come on, do something like with my firearm.
Every single person that masturbated when Moist Critical did the exact same thing, okay, is now going, this guy needs to be banned immediately. Post haste, please.
Well, first of all, Moist Critical did that on YouTube, which, and by the way, let's keep things in perspective here. I know that Hasan is a fucking knuckle-dragging Neanderthal degenerate, probably inbred terrorist-supporting retard. But Moist Critical was reacting to a legitimate threat from Sneeko, where Sneeko pointed a gun on stream, kind of like what you did, and said, "Watch my clips," making a threat. And pointing his gun at the stream. Now, Moist Critical didn't point his gun at the stream. He didn't make an actual threat. Moist Critical showed that he had a firearm, but he was showing him the difference between a clip and a mag, which, by the way, Moist Critical, you are technically correct, but in practicality, you are not correct, because I know people who are bigger gun enthusiasts than me that call magazines clips. It's just something that people do. They just call them clips. Yeah, you're technically correct, but I know that you were making a point against Sneeko, but yeah, people I know who are big time into guns call magazines clips. But you were technically correct. But by the way, both of Moist Critical's guns were at least real. I'll give him that. And he showed off his I think that was his AR. Which was nice. It was a good looking gun. But Hasan, you want to try to use somebody to get you out of the problem of your own making. You brandish a firearm. There's no way that people could have known that that wasn't real because you didn't say that it wasn't real. Now, when you're getting into trouble, suddenly it's well, guys, I can't be banned and held responsible for my own behavior. Hasan, you are a freak. You are a loser. You are an impotent gimp. You are one of the most pathetic human beings I've ever seen. You are allergic to accountability like your butt boy Ludwig. And yes, you absolutely should be banned for 1,000 different reasons. And it is so telling that the moment that you get in trouble, you tuck your tail between your legs. Guys, it wasn't even a real gun. Hasan, let me tell you something. I know I'm going to speak to you like we face an evolutionary gap in intelligence because we do. But if I was ever on stream and I were to pull out a firearm and it were fake, it were made of soap, it were a prop, whatever, and I were to lose my mind, be having a stroke and a heart attack at the same time, and lose all of my cognitive abilities and decide to brandish the gun on stream and wave it around, I would never admit that it was fake. That is one of the most pathetic things that I've ever heard. That you, in order to make a threat, used a fake gun. Because, Hasan, let me explain this to you. In the off chance that there is somebody that was looking to do you harm, your stunt has basically informed them that you are an unarmed pussy. I am continually gobsmacked, Hasan, that you are genuinely as stupid as you are. It is a miracle that you are as fucking retarded and short-sighted and ignorant and just one of the most detritus pieces of shit I've ever seen. A person with zero redeeming qualities, and you can be judged by the audience that you cultivate and the people you surround yourself with. Like people like Mike from PA. That guy that creamed his pants when he touched a girl in real life. That clip will live in infamy. Where the guy turned into like the Jewish meme, where he's like rubbing his hands together because he touched a girl. Oh God, okay, I felt like I just touched something wrong. I mean, God, those are the people that you surround yourself with. Because you're such a low-class gutter rat piece of trash. Just like your uncle, just like your father. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, maybe he saves it.
You should keep it in frame. I do.
A fake gun.
Here you go.
So, Hasan, I'm not going to show this on the stream because I'm not a fucking retard like you. But here's what I'm holding in my hand. That would be a 1911. This has actual real bullets, not like rubber band bullets, whatever gun you use. These are 45 ACP. These are these would punch a hole in something the size of a fist. Now, just letting you know, I use hollow points because if somebody is going to break into my home, if some crazy degenerate lunatic is going to come and try to kill me for my opinions or try to harm my family, I'm going to defend myself. It's not something that I would ever look forward to or really try to brandish on stream to make a point, but it is a reality. Most people who are content creators do have a firearm of some kind. But you, Hasan, have let everyone know that your weaponry is as fake as your beliefs. Now, I'm a gun enthusiast because I love guns. I do. I think that they are one of the greatest marvels of human ingenuity. I mean, it really is incredible. We went from the bow and arrow to the crossbow, and now we've created something like this. By the way, for regular home defense, you don't need a 1911. You don't need 45 ACP. You don't need 45s. A 9mm, like the real version of the Glock that he has, is perfectly fine for concealed carry and home defense if you're not looking to build up an arsenal. I wouldn't recommend going with the Glock though. There are better guns for concealed carry. Me personally, I like the Sig Sauer. I like the P365. I like the X version because it's a little bit bigger. It fits better in your hand. It's still great for concealed carry, but the P365 is great, but the P365X is actually better. It's still a 9mm. It's not super big, but it's great for concealed carry. And if you live in a place where maybe it's not as open as the place that I live, you do want to keep in mind your surroundings and where you're living and have that be a determining factor when you pick the right gun for you. If you live like in an apartment complex, you're going to want different type of ammo that maybe is lower velocity so that there's more stopping power so that you don't shoot through your walls. Stuff like that to keep in mind. But I think that it is absolutely incredible that Hasan brandished a fake firearm on stream without letting anyone know that it was a fake firearm in order to make a threat that was just revealed to be as impotent as he is. And then tries to get out of trouble by saying that it was fake. Hasan, it doesn't matter if it's fake or real. You brandish it as a real firearm. You brandish it as a real firearm in response to somebody calling you a traitor, which you are. You are a traitor to the United States. You should lose your citizenship and you should be deported to Alligator Alcatraz or South Sudan or, somewhere else that's not here. First you go to Alligator Alcatraz and then we deport you to Gitmo or South Sudan. But the fact is, Hasan, you are a creature without any redeeming qualities, and that is unbelievable. Most people have redeeming qualities in one way or another, but you don't. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.